So I wanted to talk to you about you and I working in the Thursday night band, which I just looked at when we recorded for that band. It was 2017, so not as long ago as it seems.
Hmm.
Well, I guess that is a long time ago since it's 2025 now.
Yeah, it seems long
Um,
enough.
so you invited me to come sing with that band eventually.
Hmm.
That's how I actually ended up there, I think. And I loved that band. I mean, I have the list of the players here on our little recording that we did. You know, Jack Cohen was in that band, Tom Scott, Bobby Perino. Those are the
Wow.
people who played on that day. Teresa Sanchez was on the bass that day that we recorded.
Boy, I haven't seen her in a
That's
long time. Did I tell you I had lunch with her back in New York?
No, I know she moved there. I didn't know
Yeah,
you
about
guys
two
had
years
much.
ago.
Oh, how
Yeah,
cool.
I was on my way through going somewhere else, and I said, "Hey, I'm coming through. Can we have lunch?" And she said, "Sure." So we did. It was
How
fun.
cool. And she seems like she's thriving back there.
I think she is. She has her own group, and I think she did her own recording. Maybe all original tunes. I'm not sure though.
Oh, how cool is that?
Yeah, I should
Yeah,
I should look it up on Spotify.
she's very talented.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had a great group that day, but in addition to that group that we had on the day that we recorded, and that's actually why we're talking today is because we're gonna re-release this recording that we did of what we call the Thursday Night Band, but
Hmm.
actually it has a different name, right? Harry, what was the name of that band?
I don't think it had a name.
Wasn't it Ray somebody?
Ray Atwan. I think it was originally Ray's band,
Right.
and
And
then
do you know the history? Do
he
you know
had
the
to
history of
stop
Ray?
playing.
Do you know the history of Ray and how that all got started and when that got started, that
Oh
band?
boy, I don't remember years. But when I started playing with the band, it was in Sierra Madre at another American Legion Hall.
Hmm.
Maybe with a bar, maybe without. I don't remember. But Ray always played fourth trumpet, and
Right.
it was originally his book, and then we added to it as it went along, and I think it became three books, and I think Glenn Johnson has them now, but I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Um,
And
and at
yeah,
that point, it was Terry Gibbs was one of the books, right?
that's my book.
Right. Okay.
So, but and I'd bring it in, but I think we only played it the second half of the rehearsal.
Right.
And we played whatever was in his book first. I mean,
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
we just accumulated a lot of charts from everywhere, like like every rehearsal band does, and played away. So,
Yeah. Yeah. It was and so what year do you think, if you recall, you started playing with that band?
well, I'm going to peg it by personal events. It has to be before 2011.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that would have been up in Sierra Madre, and Dudley Stone was playing lead trumpet. Ray was in the band. I
Right.
think Jack Cohen was always in the band
Yeah.
from the first I was there. But yeah, by 2011, 2012, I know I was in the band because Leanne was in the band also.
And she's on this recording as well.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's her, Chris Galliman, Larry Doherty, Miles Yamaguchi, and Rich Walker. We're playing that day that we recorded.
Yeah. So Rich must have been playing Barry, and Leanne was
Yeah,
probably playing tenor or
tenor
alto.
probably. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know Chris always played alto,
right.
and so did Larry, right? No, maybe it's the other way around. Maybe
No,
Larry
Larry always played tenor.
tenor. Yeah,
So Leanne, I guess Leanne played the other alto.
yeah, maybe.
Uh, Rich would have been playing Barry. Larry Doherty played Barry
Yes, exactly.
usually.
And
Yeah,
you're
and they
you're
switched around sometimes, but
yeah, yeah,
usually that's the way it was.
on the solos and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
And Matt Fleming was there when we recorded you,
yeah,
Alvin Starks, and Willa and Will Mazenheimer,
right. Yeah,
who was
yeah.
always
That was a pretty regular section.
yeah, yeah, for
No
sure.
problem.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys, I mean, I think Jack Cohen still around or is he not around?
No, he died a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Chris is around. Ray Atwan died. Um, Matt's not playing anymore for personal reasons.
Yeah, which is
Uh,
too bad. He's a great player.
oh yeah, and does it say who's in the rhythm section besides Teresa?
Yes, it says David Edelstein on piano, which is
Oh
funny
yeah,
because he was never in the band. He just came for the recording. Teresa Sanchez and if you remember Peter Denkert, do
I
you
do
know
remember Peter
he's a
Deckard.
great drummer. He moved back east shortly after this recording.
Right.
Pennsylvania, something like that.
I want to say New Hampshire,
Yeah, you might be right.
but I'm not sure. I haven't heard from him at all
Yeah,
since
no,
he
I,
left.
I haven't. I think he retired from drumming.
He was never a drummer. He was an investment advisor.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
drumming was always a sideline for him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
And
know he didn't do it full time.
no.
Yeah. So I guess I just wanted to talk about, kind of this band and your part in it and how everybody kind of got it together. And, we did a bunch of shows out there at the American Legion in Pasadena,
Mhm.
over the course of the years. And
Where where did you and I meet? That I said come on in and sing on Thursday night.
I feel like you and I met the same place I met Bill Bodine, maybe, which is the Wednesday noon or 1 o'clock in the afternoon Woody James band, because you were subbing for somebody when it was at a convalescent home in Van Nuys. I feel like that's where you and I originally met, or it was Jonathan Goldman's band. I'm not sure which. One of those two.
Had to be one of those two.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
think
and I
Jack,
know yeah, Woody's band played on Wednesdays at a retirement home.
yeah. And I think so. I might have met you there, but I also think I saw an arrangement that you did of, God, it's a regular standard, but I can't remember which one it was now. And then I might have run into you at Jonathan's and
Mm.
said, "Oh, I just sang one of your arrangements today, and I loved it." And you were like, "Really?" I think that's, I think that's how we met. And I
Uh,
said, "Yeah, it was a great one." And I said, I'm looking to put a smaller group together. And you said, "Well, I do a Thursday night band too, or something."
mhm.
And I know we wanted to try some charts out.
Yeah.
We did End of a Love Affair as a big band piece. We did a bunch of them as big band pieces that we
Mhm.
tried at the Thursday night band.
Well, that's got to be it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was one of those.
Mhm.
But anyway, it's kind of exciting. The Thursday night band was a great group of, I know Chris Galliman was very famous for having toured pretty extensively with Stan Kenton, right?
Yeah. Right.
And I know Larry Doherty. I mean, I don't know his resume, but I know he was a studio player for a long time, right? And I think he also toured a bunch with people. It was just and Jack Cohen. I remember
He
hearing that.
played with everybody.
Yeah,
He
right.
his major jazz claim to fame was playing with the Don Ellis band.
Oh,
But he
okay.
also played with the Minneapolis Symphony, I think, before he came to California.
Yeah.
He told me a cute story of recording or playing a concert, maybe with Ella Fitzgerald once. And
Yes,
I
he
guess
he played a concert.
sorry?
Yes, you're right. That's exactly right.
Yeah. And he, at the end of the one tune, he had played a solo and she turned around and said something like, "That little guy, he's okay." So, yeah, he had it way back when.
Yes, exactly. He was born in Minneapolis, it looks like. Yeah, David Eastley Sextet, Roger Newman's rather large band, Herb Pilifer Octet. He's just in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, he was an amazing trumpet player. He sounded great in that band. Um,
He played on my CD.
oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, just what I was thinking.
Oh, okay. And yeah, so I didn't realize that he's an amazing player. And his grandson, I guess I'm looking on his Facebook page, is actually trying to distribute his music digitally. So that's kind of interesting.
Oh, really? Hmm.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I don't know what the grandson's name is. It doesn't say. But that's on his Facebook page. But
Yeah, I know Jack was collecting all the recordings he had of everything he did because he'd give me CDs with with this band and that band. That's how I knew about the Minneapolis Symphony because he gave me a recording that he was on with the Minneapolis Symphony, or maybe it was a concert. But yeah, he had. I don't know what his grandson is distributing. Jack didn't. He didn't do any original groups with himself as leader that I ever heard of.
Yeah.
He was always a side man, side person.
Yeah, I think so too. And so yeah, so it's on. There's some YouTube Jack Cohen music on at the Jack Cohen Music Facebook page.
Uh,
I guess the grandson is digitizing whatever collection he may have of stuff,
cool.
just
Yeah.
like you said, that's maybe on CD or whatever, and they're
Mhm.
digitizing it. But yeah, he was one of many really amazing players who toured with all the great big bands back in the day. And what was your because you ended up kind of being the leader of that band once Ray didn't play with the band anymore, right?
I think we kind of spread the leadership around. Chris Galliman was often, the leader. It's whoever, I think the leader was whoever knew the tempo and wanted to kick the tune off. The
Right,
only
right,
time
right.
I was really the leader was when I brought the Terry Gibbs stuff in.
Yeah,
And but the rest of the time, yeah, Chris was often the one who organized. I think he got there early and helped set up. I never did that. I
yeah.
was I was too lazy. But
Well, it's
Chris,
far.
I
It was
think
far.
Chris was spearheading it, and when Glenn Johnson was there, he was kind of leading.
Right.
So, after Ray wasn't there anymore, it was a group effort.
Yeah, yeah. A democracy, imagine. And you brought a lot of charts into that band too. Was that a place where you experimented around with charts that you had arranged?
Yeah, definitely. That was them. That's always one reason to play in a band,
Yeah,
to have a place to bring charts into. So I brought them in whenever I finished them and gave them a test run.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was a great band to do that with because they could really sight read
Yeah,
amazingly well.
yeah, they were good.
And I think I don't know that people in, the music business or younger people these days know really what a rehearsal band is or why someone would participate in a rehearsal band. But what's your take on all that?
I actually was just chatting with an actor friend earlier who said, she'll go out on low paying gigs just to keep her craft sharp. And I think, you know, musicians play in rehearsal bands for the same reason. Bobby Bradford told me once he doesn't want to sit home and play long tones. He'd rather go play in a band or hold an open rehearsal. He used to do open rehearsals for free over at Pasadena City College, you know, just to give students an opportunity to come in and play. Yeah, because it gets boring running scales and this and that. Playing with the Abersold CDs, as good as those are and as useful as they are as learning tools, it's much better if you can go in with a band where everything's different all the time and you play a record. The rhythm section never changes, was it what it does? So there's no opportunity for a conversation, or I don't think there's much opportunity for group growth. There's no opportunity for group growth if all you're doing is playing with records. So musicians go in for the social relationships. They're with their pals, and for the chance to play in ensembles. That's a skill.
Yes.
I was talking to a European band leader once who said he hires a lot of Americans because Americans have ensemble skills that a lot of European musicians don't have.
Oh,
European musicians like to play in small ensembles so they can solo a lot, but big band rehearsals, no. They don't do that so much. And I talked to another guy who goes back and forth between Paris and LA, and he said the same thing. He's tried to organize a rehearsal band in Paris, and none of the musicians know what to do.
oh,
It's like,
really?
in America, if you're used to playing in rehearsal bands, then you kind of know what to do. There's automatic, intuitive phrasing, and apparently European musicians aren't so much clued into that. so he has to explain it, and they probably get impatient because there's not as much solo space in a big band arrangement
Right.
as in a small group where you play the head and then everybody gets to solo for a while and then you come back and play the head. You
Yeah.
know, that's the most what would you say schematized form of a way to describe what they do. But
Yeah,
in
for
America,
sure.
it's a lot more complex if you're playing big band charts.
Yeah, for sure it is.
And
So the
and honestly, I notice if I'm away from ensemble playing for a month or two, I have to kind of retune myself up to be listening in the right directions and reacting on time rather than a little bit late. You don't have the same latitude in a large ensemble or in any ensemble if you're playing with other horn players
Mhm.
that you do if you're playing in a quartet or even a quintet.
Yeah, so in general, that's kind of the one of the beauties of the big band scenario, right? Um, is that you do learn over time to play very intuitively together as a unit, but with
Yeah, I
different
think.
voices,
Yeah,
which
definitely.
is the beauty of that sound, that wall of sound that's created by a big band.
Yeah. And big bands, speaking for myself, I keep looking at my phone to see what it's doing here. Speaking for myself, big band is more fun to arrange for because you have more palette possibilities.
Right.
Especially the more people double, the more opportunities you have to create a variety of sound palettes.
Right. Yeah, yeah. And textures and moods,
Yep.
all of that is really variable. Especially because you have, people don't necessarily know in a big band you have that bass trombone, which is really different sounding and really not in a lot of other smaller groups. That's something that's
Very
usually
rare in small groups.
very rare, exactly. So that sound, just having that particular instrument really is a very definitive thing about the sound of
Mhm.
big bands. And
Yeah,
also just the fact that you have so many saxes, one, two, three, four, five saxes down in front.
yeah, yeah.
That's a lot of different tones and they're all in different keys and
That's a lot
harmonized.
of bamboo.
Oh, there's a lot of bamboo goes, a lot of reeds going on there.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. So yeah, so I think that's why I just wanted to do this quick Zoom just to kind of go over what you saw kind of as the things that were special about big bands, and in particular special about that Thursday night big band. Uh,
Hmm. Well, the what's always special is the mix of characters. Larry was great. Miles was a doctor.
yes, he was a surgeon.
Yeah, right. I
Yeah,
think heart surgeon, wasn't he?
yeah, I thought so. Yeah,
Yeah, and Rich Walker. I mean, the variety of backgrounds and real world activities. Rich is what is he? He's
landscape
a
designer.
landscape architect. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, Chris Galliman, I think, is the only one. I'm probably wrong about this, but he was a musician, pure and simple, and he taught. He had students on sax. I think he taught through music stores.
yeah,
I don't think Larry was a full-time musician. He was always doing something else, but he was a full-time musician at least part of the time, if
yeah.
that makes any sense at all.
It does. Yeah, he gigged a lot. I know that for sure. And I
Yeah,
think he picked up work on the side, but overall his goal was to be a full-time musician for sure.
yeah, and Matt Evans was a repair person for grandfather clocks. That was his specialty.
Oh yeah, Matt Fleming. Yes, he
Yeah,
was.
yeah. Did I say Matt Fleming or something
Yeah,
else?
no, you said Matt Evans, who is a bass trombone
Oh,
player.
he's another trombone player.
Yeah. Matt
The world's lousy with trombone players. I can't keep them
that are
straight.
named Matt.
Yeah, yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, but it seems like it's funny because there's all different kinds of big bands too, and there's a different tone to a rehearsal big band than there is to a performance big band, I think.
Mhm.
There's a jocularity, I think, to a rehearsal band because
Yeah,
they know you're coming in for the art of it, right? Like that band really didn't perform that I know of anywhere but at that, American Legion, and
Yeah,
really just like on a day that we were already playing or something. There was
yeah,
no,
and
there
it
was
was
no,
all it was a barter system.
yeah,
The American Legion said, "Yeah, you can play here as a rehearsal. You can use this rehearsal space if you'll play for our events."
right.
So I think we played for Valentine's Day and I
Yeah.
don't know, one
Mother's
or two
Day.
other holidays. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mother's Day for
Yeah.
their events. Now I think maybe they're still in operation, but at this late date, I can say we could play there, we could eat their lousy food, we could drink their drinks and hang out with the guys in the bar who
Yeah.
arrived at 8 a.m. and didn't leave till midnight.
Yeah. We're
And
playing
pretty much
darts. We're
had to be
we're
propped up on their stools.
exactly trying to dodge the dart players when we went in at break.
Oh yeah, right, the darts. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was a trip. So just so everybody knows who hasn't been to the American Legion in South Pasadena or East Pasadena, it is an American Legion that has a huge ballroom slash event room,
Right.
and
Yeah.
then and connected to, like, you open a door and there's a bar,
Yeah.
and it was really a fantastic design for a big band, because the people who came into the bar actually got a free show on Thursday nights, and a lot of them would just kind of drift in with a drink and listen.
Yeah.
And a lot of people who loved big band would come pretty
Yeah.
regularly to that Thursday night.
Yeah. Yeah. We had fans,
Yeah,
regular fans.
yeah. Especially people who loved Ella or Ray Charles, or, knew the guys that had, that the guys in the band had toured with these amazing artists and
Hmm.
played for these amazing artists on recordings, and, and wanted to hear them play live. So it was a pretty amazing opportunity to see a pretty deep talent bench
Yeah.
in a big band
Yeah. Right. Well, we,
play at a
we
at a
had
great
them.
at a great venue, big enough. It was way big enough to accommodate the seven. I think it's 17, right? We didn't always have piano, so maybe it was 16 usually.
I can't count that
Still a
fast.
lot of pieces. Still a
Eight.
lot of pieces.
Yeah. Uh,
We had
Eight,
we had
five, 13.
guitar,
Yeah, 13 horns and usually three rhythm, piano, bass, and drums,
16.
and guitar. So that would have made 17.
Okay, so we're back at 7.
Alan was always there in
That's
guitars.
right. That's right. Yeah, yeah, Alan. Um, yeah, I mean, it was pretty
Kalinsky, by the way, so we don't
Helensky. That's right. He
leave
didn't
leave
play.
his name hanging out there in the in the wherever.
Yes, exactly. He didn't play on this recording, actually. We had piano, and I guess he wasn't available. But I'm really excited to re kind of design a package for this and
Mhm.
release these tracks that we recorded. We only did 6 tunes, I think. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, 6 tunes, and it was a great experience. I don't know that band, even the Ray Atwan Band, really hadn't recorded anything that I know of. This may be one of the only recordings of this particular version of this band.
Yeah,
So be
I can't
fun.
remember any recording.
Yeah. So just this.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's pretty cool that we do have a recording of it. And is there anything else you can think of about the Thursday Night Band? I mean, I think we covered it, which is it's an amazing group of people who were very active, very popular, with a bunch of really amazing artists, Stan Kenton, Ray Charles, Ella Fitzgerald. The list kind of goes on. The
Mhm.
people in the band toured with for years and years, and then kind of ended up back in LA in this band. And
Right.
and then it was just amazing that it was not just, but a rehearsal band. So people
Yeah.
would come every Thursday night after work
Yep.
and come practice their craft.
It would probably be still going on if it hadn't been for the pandemic,
Yeah.
which closed a lot of things down.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not even sure that American Legion Hall is still open.
Yeah. I don't know if it
Probably is. What else are they going to do with the building?
Yeah, it's probably around. I mean, but I don't know that they do like a big band there anymore. And I think I reached out to Chris Galliman a
Hmm.
while ago, and I was like, "Hey, are you ever gonna like do the band again or whatever?" And he was like, "No, it's way too much work. I can't." He's retired now from teaching music, so
Yeah,
I think it was just too much of a challenge to kind of restart everything from nothing.
yeah. Well, he drove up here from a long way away. I can't remember where he's located, but
Yes. That's right. Yeah,
Right
yeah.
in the
His home
Orange
is.
County, and that you know
Oh,
that's
good.
traffic time. So
Yeah,
he was really slogging.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, it was a great band. Many thanks to you and to Chris and all the players who played on this CD. And I think this gives us a little bit of info. I might ask Chris to see if he wants to come on a Zoom with me too and talk about
Oh,
his
sure.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
might be
he'd be
fun.
fun. He's a good guy.
Or maybe the three of us or something. So
Sure. Yeah.
we'll schedule another one as we go along. This is just to help us figure out how to redo the CD cover and with some information about the band. And
What tracks are
you
you
know what? They were just the
re-releasing?
takedowns that we used to do, the regular takedowns. Like the ones that we Lady as a Tramp, but like the not obviously I didn't have the Rocky one then. I just had
Hmm.
the whatever takedown it was. Stormy Weather, which I think is the Paul McDonald one that we used to play in that
I
band.
don't think so.
Almost Like Being in Love, Sway, which is just the old takedown of Sway, Route 66, and Teach Me Tonight. So yeah, I think they were just I chose the most kind of what I thought might be popular tunes to
Uh,
record.
mhm. So you
Yeah.
have others you can release too?
No, it's just the six. We only recorded six. We did it in
Oh,
one
I
night,
see.
remember?
Who
Uh
recorded it? Was it
Michael
Michael?
Michael Rosen.
Yeah.
Yep. In fact, if you remember, we did a circle in that room. This is how we recorded it. And he was with his crazy. We had Peter on drums, so Michael was not playing drums too. And he
Hmm.
was in the middle and he mic'd everybody and he was in the middle of the circle. I'll never forget it. And it was interesting to try to get through recording six tunes in between like 6:30 and 10. Uh
Yeah, that'd be a
yeah.
challenge.
Yeah, it was. But we got it done.
Yeah.
But great because, again, we'll probably never get this group of players together again.
I can guarantee you will never get that group of players again.
Exactly. Yeah, because a lot of them have passed and it
Yeah.
was a great moment in time. So, yeah, so we're looking forward to re-releasing it and so yeah, we'll probably get together and do another Zoom maybe with you and Chris if I can wrangle Chris to get on
Sure.
a Zoom with me and we can talk more about kind of the Ray Atwan phase. I can't remember what year technically that band began with Ray Atwan, but it was an unbelievable number of years that
It
band
was
had taken.
before, yeah, it was before, way before I was in it.
Yeah, yeah. So we got to figure that part out in the earlier history, which I think Chris probably remembers, but we'll
He
see.
might. He
Yeah, he
might.
might. But anyway, I don't want to keep you. I know you have places to go, people to see. So thank you very much for coming on with me, and
Okay, thank you.
this will get us started.
Okay.
Thank you.
Uh,
Bye.
it'd be fun. Yeah, it'd be fun to do it with Chris sometime.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll set a
Okay.
date.
All right. Have a good evening.